conflict in the Southern Hemisphere. Strap in for the ultimate game of one-upmanship, where everything matters so much. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, I wonder, Jim Beglin, what is going through the minds of these players as they face up, respectively, to their arch-enemies? It is a feeling that I'm sure you can identify with.
Well, the one thing that can be said is that there really is little in terms of what the players need for motivation. The game against the team you do not want to lose to. This is a nightmare to predict.
Chance for a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, I think I'd feel that way too. Not that I thrived in one-on-one situations.
Ibanez. Lucas Paqueta ventures forward. Lucas Paqueta. Incoming delivery. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, you can never emphasise enough just how important it is to have a dependable goalkeeper, and this fella, Emi Martinez, is certainly one that fits the bill. He's one of the characters left in the game nowadays. I mean, people describe him as a little eccentric, and truth be told, he is at times, but I think we need that in the modern game. We need our characters, we need our big personalities, and I'm glad we've got one here.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. They get a throw in. Thinks about the shot. Marquinhos with a fine tackle. Now it's Rafinha. Now it's Neymar. Neymar.
Well, they're clearly focusing on that right side, Peter. That's where the crosses are coming from, where the danger lies. Look, it's the width that's providing this momentum, and they look set to further exploit. Gives the defence a decision to make, whether to go zonal or man-to-man now.
Gabriel. Brazil, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. To Alexandro. Lucas Paqueta. Ibanez. Rafinha. And here's Evan Nielsen. Oh, look at the space here. Almada. Now it's Messi. And here's Evan Nielsen. Oh, such a clever touch. Can he finish? Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's absolutely full of energy here. Definitely had the right idea. A shame he just couldn't finish it off.
Brazil with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Bruno Guimaraes goes short. Evan Nielsen! Goal, Brazil! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Aos 29 minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 16.
Brazil penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, it's Martinez! And he makes no mistake. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So they have it all to do again.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Messi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? The ball receives it in a good position here. Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. Over to the right flank. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Fernandez. Now it's Martinez. And it's Guimaraes. And he cuts out the supply. Martinez. Almada. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Just eases him off the ball. That's going to go a long way. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. He saw the take. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Brazil could not have chosen a worse moment. Well, the players are making their point, but the ref clearly isn't interested. He's waved them all away.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
The comeback is complete! Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Gol marcado para a Argentina. Aos 45 minutos do primeiro tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 10.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Now it's Evan Nielsen. Driving through the middle. Real chance! Evan Nielsen! They've got to be quick to recover this. And that is the end of the first half. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. gets us going once more.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character, wonderful.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Shapes to shoot! That was superb goalkeeping.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Corner number 2 then. And it's hoisted clear. And it's Alexandro. Alexandro takes a shot! Goal! Brazil! And the comeback is complete! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Brazil leading now.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Almada, and he's managed to get free. Now it's Neymar. That is lovely. It's Neymar! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, I'm glad he took the opportunity to run with the ball when the chance came about. That's the kind of positive thinking they need right now.
Messi. Now it's Evan Nielsen. Now it's Rafinha. Picked out brilliantly. Neymar! And there's a goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
So the lead now is 2.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell. one that they hope will continue.
And it's Alexandro. Closing. He's having a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 3 coming up. Oh, great leap! And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Messi. Bruno Guimaraes powering forward here. Is there any support? And the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
Substituição em andamento.
Argentina can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Romero. Bruno Guimaraes wins the duel this time. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And this is Neymar. Neymar ploughing through the middle. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Nicely spread. De Paul. Bruno Guimaraes has created one goal already. McAllister. Argentina have opted to make another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Eva Nielsen under intense pressure.
Yeah, it very much looks like this defence has learned from its errors now.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Tries to pass it through. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Bruno Guimaraes. Neymar. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Messi. And he's found a way past. Nicely weighted. Tries a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Edison. Neymar. Now it's Rafinha. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Into the last 5 minutes. McAllister. Now it's Messi. Now it's Martinez. Oh, he's bustling through. And Martinez! Outstanding by Martinez! About as smooth as it gets. With so little time left, Grandstand finish!
Gol marcado para a Argentina.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
Argentina give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Martinez.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
And it's Neymar. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Now it's Lucas Paqueta. Fernandez. He's going for goal! Oh, it's hit the post! Simeone. That is ended up in no man's land. Evan Nielsen gets on his bike and on the move. It's run loose, who's this time surely? Fernandez. And there goes the final whistle. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Evan Nielsen voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Brazil really were great today. They showed a lot of battling qualities required in a game like this, such as intensity, personality, a gritty spirit. I think this result was well merited.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.